Hi guys, welcome to my channel and thank you so much for watching. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a review on the Marc Jacobs Do You highlighter. I'm just going to read the description that's on this Sephora website. This is a lightweight coconut infused gel highlighter that can be applied to skin directly or added into foundation or primer for a universally flattering glow. And it also says that it's without any parabens or sulfates or phthalates, which is always a plus. So this retails for $44, which is a little bit on the pricey side, but the good thing is that it has 0.8 fluid ounces, which is almost the size of the foundation. The average foundation has about 1 fluid ounces, so this has 0.8. So it does have a lot, and you only need a little for it to go a long way. You can build it up. I love the smell. The smell is so like refreshing and it reminds me of vacation, reminds me of a beach. It definitely has that coconut smell. It definitely gives a really nice natural glow to your foundation, a nice glow to your overall look. And I think what I really like about it is that it's not automatically intense. It sort of has like a subtle highlight look, but you can build it up if you want that intensity. So it's nice that it offers that option, and the packaging is beautiful. It looks like a foundation bottle. I like how it has a silver rim. The bottle itself is sheer. It says Marc Jacobs across, and it has a pump to pump out the highlighter. I don't have any problems with the pump, except for one time when I tried to get a small amount, but I ended up getting a larger amount. So that usually happens with these kind of caps. But if that happens, I just put like whatever's left over on the cap or near the cap, and then I close it so that I could at least use it the next time. But just for demonstration, I'm just going to swatch some on the back of my hand. But you'll also see in this video, I'm going to apply it as my foundation, and I'm also going to apply it as a highlight. So I don't know why that looks like an upside down question mark, but I would say that this is probably a good amount for all places that you want to highlight on your face. So I'm just going to swipe it down to show you. And now it looks like a mustache. But yeah, this is just one swipe of the highlight. So you can obviously tell it's very, it's very glowy, it's very intense, it's very dewy. And you can see that the light is reflecting off of it. The highlight has golden undertones, which I think will be beautiful on all types of skins, or all different tones and skin colors. So yeah, those are my swatches of the highlighter dewdrops. Again, they smell amazing. So if you'd like to see me apply it with my foundation and to get my overall thoughts, my first impressions, even though it's not the first time that I've used it, I tried it earlier this week just to see how long it lasts, and the longevity. I would say it lasts pretty much the whole day. Like, it does not budge, which is really nice. I don't have to reapply it or retouch it. It's very natural and within, so it looks like it's actually the foundation. The one thing that I will say that I noticed is that you have to work fast with this highlighter because it dries very quickly. And the reason why I noticed that is because earlier this week I applied it on my cheeks, but I was blending it on one side, and I noticed by the time I got to the other side that it was harder to blend or harder to buff it out because it had already dried and already set. So just remember to work fast with it. But other than that, keep watching to see me apply it and to hear my overall thoughts on whether I think it's worth the money or whether or not you should invest in it for a luxury highlighter. So with that said, please keep watching. So to start off, I'm going to apply foundation. The foundation I'm going to be applying will be the Maybelline Dewy and Smooth Normal to Dry. I do have a foundation review on this in case you're interested. I'll link the review down in the description box. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the foundation mixed in with the Marc Jacobs highlighter for half my face, and then on the other half I'm going to just use the foundation alone just to see if there's going to be a visible highlight effect, especially on camera. It might not pick up on camera, but we'll see. So I'm just going to shake my foundation. I'm going to place some in the back of my hand, and I'm going to use my beauty blender to apply this to my left side. So this is going to be without any of the highlight drops. So right now my left side is covered with foundation and it doesn't have the Marc Jacobs highlight drops, but on this side what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix the foundation. Same thing, I'm going to apply it to the back of my hand. I'm just going to grab the Marc Jacobs dewdrops and I'm going to apply some on top of that foundation. So now that I've applied them both to the back of my hands, I'm just going to use the back of a makeup brush to mix the two products together. This is something that I usually tend to do with most highlighters, well, most liquid highlighters. I tend to mix it in the back of my hands with any foundation and then apply it with my beauty blender. And then whatever's like left over in the back of the makeup brush, I just swipe it onto my face just so that we're not wasting product. Alright, so grabbing my beauty blender again, going in and patting that down. It smells really nice. It smells so like summery and refreshing. And then whatever's left over, I'm just bringing it over to my forehead. I don't really need foundation on my forehead. I mostly concentrate my foundation on the lower part of my face because I feel like that's where I need it most. By the way, I really love this combination, the Fit Me foundation mixed in with Marc Jacobs Dewdrop. I just feel like together it gives a really nice, like almost full coverage. Like even though this foundation isn't really full coverage, you could always build this up, and it gives like that natural skin like texture but provides really good coverage. So I really like these two combined. So in terms of the foundation alone without any other makeup, I'm not seeing a major difference between each side. I don't know if you can tell. I'm just gonna hold like a piece of paper onto this side just because I feel like the light is reflecting a lot on this side, and I want both sides to be even so that you can see this is just the foundation alone and this is with the dewdrops mixed in. So foundation, dewdrops, foundation, dewdrops. So yeah, I mean, so far I'm not seeing like a major difference where I'm like, yes, I need that in my foundation in order to get the dewiness. It's not that visible yet. I'm just gonna do the rest of my makeup and come back to apply the highlights and see if that makes a visible difference. So I'll be right back. So I went ahead and finished the rest of my makeup, and as I was applying the rest of my makeup on both sides, I didn't notice anything major to note. So let's go ahead and apply the highlighter. So to apply highlighters, I usually use this makeup brush. It's just like a slanted puffy makeup brush. I think it's meant for the eyes, but I like to use it to apply liquid highlighters or powder highlighters because I feel like it's the perfect size for that area. So I'm gonna grab my Marc Jacobs Do You highlighter, and I'm just gonna apply it straight onto the brush. So as you can see, you only need the tiniest bit, and I'm just gonna apply this to the tops of my cheeks. What I like to do is first draw it out before I blend. Actually, I just feel like I need more, so I'm just gonna put some more onto the back of the brush. And I'm also gonna apply it down the bridge of my nose. And I also like to put it like on the tops of the highest points of my eyebrows, but what I'm going to do is whatever is left over from both sides, I'm just going to take it up. So here I'm just blending in little circular motions and back and forth. So I can instantly see on the viewfinder that you can even notice an instant difference, and this is me just only using a small amount. You can obviously use a larger amount and go crazy, which I think I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna go in with another layer just to show how you can intensify this highlight. So yeah, you can definitely see the nose highlight, and this is like a subtle glow. You can see the side of the face is like very glowy and has a natural shine. And since I did use a very small drop, I'm just gonna go in with another few drops. So this time I went in with a little bit more than what I wanted. I'm just gonna put some back onto like the top, and I'm gonna apply this again to my cheeks and down the bridge of my nose. I'm actually gonna add some I look like a puppy. You could also apply this highlighter with a beauty blender. I just prefer using this brush because, like I said again, I find it to be the perfect size. So right now I'm just using like whatever product was left over because I took too much. And now whatever's on the brush, I'm just gonna run it over my upper lip. Alright, so to me, this is considered like intense highlight a lot of highlight, especially for the fact that it's not a powder highlight. This was all liquid, so the fact that you can build this highlight up to your liking, you most definitely can with this highlight. So that's really good to know, because as you guys saw, I started out with just a few drops and it was very subtle. You could almost barely tell that I had it. It was more like within the foundation, but then after I went in with a second layer and more drops, it definitely shows. I feel like the description does live up to what the highlighter actually does, that it does add a very beautiful glow. And even going back to when I mixed it in with my foundation, I only added a few drops. Earlier this week, I accidentally hit the cap too hard and ended up like having a really large amount. So I still mixed it in with my foundation and I still applied it on my face, and it was definitely more glowy, and you can tell immediately that there was a difference. So I do think that with this highlighter, the more you apply, the more results you're gonna see, or the higher intensity you're gonna see on your face, which is really good, because for someone who likes a more subtle highlighter that's within their skin and within their foundation, then they can use this. And at the same time, for someone who wants a highlighter that's gonna blind people, you can also wear this and then maybe apply some powder highlighters on top to set it, and I think that'll really do the job. But I'm very happy with it, and I think that because it's buildable, because you can increase the intensity, because with some like the Cover FX highlighters, there's no building intensity. As soon as you, even with the smallest drop, it's very like, you know, it's very visible, very intense, whereas this one is more subtle, but you can build it up to get that intense highlighter look. So my overall thoughts is that I really like it. I think that if you are going to invest in a luxury highlighter, that this is worth it, especially because of the size and also because it's very natural. And usually when I do have an intense highlighter, I would go back with the blush and go back with the contour to like mix everything and to grab my beauty blender and to make sure everything is like sort of blended in. But with this, I didn't have to do that. It just sort of like naturally meshed in with my blush and my contour, and it's an obvious glow. Like you can tell before I apply the highlighter, my face was a little more matte and flat, whereas now it has like that glowy look to it. The nose highlight definitely comes through. So my overall thoughts is I really like it, and I think that it's worth the investment if you are in the market for a more luxury highlighter that gives you a nice dewy look. So yeah, those are my overall thoughts on the Marc Jacobs Do You highlighter. If you enjoyed this review or if you found it helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate the support, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.